Welcome everyone to the first day and first bracket of Stacker vs. Fighting, a 2-day 4-game bracket series, starting off with the Tetrio bracket, and then tonight will be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then there will be a Zone Battle tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. And then finishing it off with Street Fighter 6. So with today's bracket having about 5 players, it was a bit of a rocky start for me, but everything is now all good. For our first match, we will have Alkaline versus Kiri, and both players are requesting a warm-up, as Alkaline is at 24.1 KTR, going at a whopping 2.81 pieces per second. As Kiri goes 24 KTR at 3.4 pieces per second. So this can be a rather even match, with both players being very good with speed and attack, but we will see with this warm-up. Okay, warm-up is now getting started and we are ready for the first match. Both players have a very strong openings going into mid-game now. Still building up the back-to-back. Kiri breaks the back-to-back at 6. Alkaline setting up the TSD. Kiri getting some good garbage, setting up the SDSD right now. Having 5 back-to-back breaks hit. Both players move forward right now. Kiri maintaining the 3.5 PPS as Alkaline drops to 3 pieces. But still maintaining good. Finding the Tetris at the top of the board, Alkaline stays alive for the warm-up. Here he sets up the back though. Finding some good pieces right now. Here on the board, building some momentum right now. Alkaline trying to find a way to bottom the board, can't get the right pieces, but finds the Tetris. Oh, and misdrops the eyepiece. Kiri taking the warm-up. That was a good warm-up on both players. And now we are ready for the main match. First to 7. Good luck to both players. Kiri having a dominating start right now, having 5 back-to-back and breaks it there to get the first point. Kiri TS spin. With a TST into an ice spin, finding some beautiful spins right now. Fury is dominating, but Alkaline is slowly building up back to back. Breaks it at 16 while Fury's at the top of the board and gets out. Alkaline ties up this game at 1. Fury almost missed up his defense, but not in the Fury built up their back-to-back to 9 and then breaks it to get the finishing kill. Fury is leading 2-1. Both players having a very dominating start to this round. And it's crazy attack right now. But Cove has the upside and finds a way to take out Alkaline. Fury finding the PC. Alkaline trying to figure out what spin they want to do. They chose the TSD. Misdrops the TSD. But still finding a good down stack to bring the game down to 1. As Cove still is leading 4-3. Cove is dealing with a bit of a messy board right now and couldn't find a way to clean it up. Alkaline uses that to their advantage to tie up the game. Fury now building up to 6 back-to-back and breaks it there. But Alkaline says no, take that back and you're out of here. Alkaline now only needs 2 points to win. Alkaline saying that nice PC. Finds the Tetris PC. Fury in a bit of trouble here at the top of the board, but finds part of the down stack and buries the Tetris to save them. Now has a bit of a lull open. Gets to the garbage with a nice 12 donation downside. Built up the fractal there. Ooh. Cove building up a good down. A good back-to-back with a nice spike ready for it to take the 5th point and tie things up. Oh, but Cove misdrops. Misdropping the SDPC, but cleans it up nicely. Let's find a way to recover. Found it well. Building Tetris into a T-spin double. And that is the finishing kill. Cove now needs one more point to move on to Grand Finals, as this is Winners Finals. Cove going 4.3 pieces per second, finding beautiful spins right now, getting the 9 back-to-back. Still creeping up to the top of the board. In a bit of trouble here, but finds a way out of it. Has to get through a little bit of cheese. Finds the Tetris. Now Curry is in trouble there. It is now a tiebreaker. Cove had to deal with some garbage there. Focus into the Z-spin. Both players having the same back-to-back, canceling each other out. But Cove can't handle it. Alkaline takes the game 7-6. A nice, very even matchup. Alkaline moving on to Grand Finals. And now Cove will have to play Corpy for 3rd place and to move on to Grand Finals as well. This is now Losers Finals. And if both players want to warm up, both players are asking for a warm up, and we will have a warm up. Here going back to the SD spin. Getting some good spins right now. But Cove sending a massive 30 spike. Corpy didn't have anything to take care of it. And wow, that was a crazy spike. Good job, Cove, with that. That was really impressive. Good luck to both players. So starting with SD spin again. Building up to 6 back-to-back for both players. Now close that 9. Sends it, but Corpy takes it and sends back their 8. Corpy takes the first point. The back-to-back there for some good spins, but in a bit of trouble there as Corpy was sending too much garbage and taking the second point. Also with SDPC extend. Has to deal with the 12. Had to deal with the 12 back to back, but Corpy didn't need to send it, and Corpy takes the third point. As we approach mid-game. Trying to find some momentum. And Corpy giving a 12 spike donation. Oh, Cove misdrops the Z, but takes care of it perfectly fine. Corpy slowly building up the 9 back-to-back. Not sending it yet. Now at 13. Sends it at 13, but Cove was ready for it. Corpy's now building up their backpack again. It's now at 5. Sends it and saves it from him. Breaking it on defense. Oh, but Cove misdropping it. 9. Dropping the eye again. There's a couple misdrops happening right now. Cove saves himself, but it says double TSD. Now saying some good spins with some TSDs. Corpy's in a bit of trouble and can't get anything past it. Cove taking their first point. Sending a good quick spike there, but Corpy was ready for it. Now building up their 8 back-to-back. Cove's in a bit of trouble here. He's in a bit of trouble. Blocked the well for a second, but can't handle it, and Corpy takes their fourth point of the match. Slowly breaking away and building a lead. Cove is going to have to try and find some momentum here to come back for this. Having a very good 6-3 right now. But misdrops the eyepiece and can't handle it. Corpy, who's also building up their back-to-back at 17, didn't need to break it. Corpy is now taking the 5th point. Corpy is being very dominant right now with their rounds and setting a very good pace right now. As they're now, Corpy is now on match point, and Cove needs to find some momentum to gain back the points lost. Sending a 5 spike donation for Corpy, building up the 5 back-to-back. Cove's at the bottom of the board, but he's now being sent a donation. Corpy with 3. They're back to back. Corpy now at 6, 7. Always waiting. Both players have to move forward as we approach the game. Oh, and Code can't get to the well in time. That is the game. Corpy will take the point and move on to Grand Finals. It will now be Corpy and Alkaline for Grand Finals. Alkaline sitting at 24.1 TR with the 2.8 pieces per second, as Corpy, who we saw playing very dominant right now, sitting at 23,800 TR at 2.25 pieces per second, and both players not wanting a warm-up. Since it's Grand Finals now, congratulations to both players. It is now going to be first to 11 plus 2. Corpy will need to win 2 games in order to win the tournament, and Alkaline will have to only win 1 to win the whole tournament. Starting off this game, Corpy building up their back-to-back so much that it doesn't affect Alkaline, and instead responds with more garbage, but Corpy is now back to building up their back-to-back. It's now at 8, 9, 10, 11, building it up more, while Striding going 0-9, breaks it at 12. Finds the Tetris. Is now at 5 back-to-back, 6 back-to-back. Alkaline is at the top of the board. Is going to have to find a way to take care of it. Finding the color clear, as cool as it is, it doesn't send any extra garbage. But Corpy is now back to 16 back-to-back. Sends it for a 21 spike while Alkaline is at the top of the board. Alkaline finding the perfect garbage right now. With beautiful spike for a 44 spike. Wow. That was incredible. That was really cool. I am very impressed with that. As we move on to the next round, Corpy always making sure that back-to-back is built up. Alkaline sends 4 back-to-back, not doing much, but setting it with the touch as well. Setting is going to create a bit of garbage, but a perfect well for Corpy. As Corpy is building up the 18, 19, 20 back-to-back. Alkaline is going to have to get some guards and some defense ready as Corpy sends it, making it a 25 spike donation. Alkaline having the well ready to send the Tetris now to the TSD. Both players at the middle of the board now is Alkaline having a 5 back-to-back, breaks it now. Corpy having an 11 back-to-back, breaks it, sends it for a 13 donation. Both players trying to get through to the bottom of the board as Corpy is doing that very nicely. Alkaline has some garbage to take care of. Corpy building up the 9, 10, 11 back-to-back. Building up another spike, getting it ready. Alkaline's gonna have to find some momentum. Tanks the surge. Alkaline now having the well open. Sends it for Fractal to Tetris, sending 19 spike. Corpy in a bit of trouble here at the top of the board. Well is blocked off right now, but gets to it. With TSD. Alkaline sending the 12 spike. Corpy responding with defending it. Spins the eye into the well. But Alkaline sending a lot of garbage right now, but Corpy defends it perfectly. He's now sending an 11 well. Sorry, has a well open, but sends an 11 spike donation. Ooh, misdropping the sneakies to get a little hole, but takes care of it nicely. Corpy building up the 9 back-to-back. It is now 3 minutes into this round, and we've seen some great tactics before. Going at the same pace, with the same roughly attack. 2.85 and 2.9. Alkaline having a good spin there. Alkaline now has a well open. That is sending Tetris in defense. Now has had a double Tetris ready, but didn't keep patience. So saves it for the open well. Corpy is always resulting in building up the back-to-back surges, sending to 15. It is too much to handle. Alkaline couldn't handle it, and Corpy takes their first point, tying up the game at 1. That one was long. Testing the mic. Show it on. Show it on. Chat, is my mic really quiet right now? Because I have it up all the way right now. Building up the SD sends it perfectly. But now Corpy having an 11 back-to-back. But now 14. 15. Sends it, sending the 20 spike. Alkaline at the middle of their board now. Breaks their surge, but sends a good 13 donation. Now having a nice 24. chat. I brought my mic closer. Can you hear me now? A lot better? Okay, so Corpy now with the 10 back-to-back in the middle of the board. With Alkaline at 26, sending the 26 donation now at the bottom of their board. Corpy takes it perfectly. Alkaline now taking the 3-1 lead. Had a 10 back-to-back surge. It sends it for a 30 spike, sending Corpy up to the board. Only needs to send a little bit more garbage in. Sends it. Alkaline is now building up their lead, making it 4-1 right now. Corpy going with TKI. Alkaline deciding what they want to do. Sending the Tetris. With J-Spin. Another Tetris. Now at a 6 surge. Finding their pace, but can't be enough. They couldn't get to the well in time. Couldn't figure out what to do. Corpy takes that and use it to get the second point. Corpy going back to TKI, but misdrops the TPs. Use that to send a fractal. Alkaline now at the middle of the board, sending a surge. Corpy responds with sending another surge, almost tying up the game. It is now 4-3 in favor of Alkaline, but Corpy is I'm not sure what's happening with my mic right now because I have it at full blast and it's showing that it's just barely in yellow. So I'll try and figure it out. Corpy starting off with TKI's Alkaline. Alkaline sending a good 14 donation. Corpy in a bit of trouble here. Corpy having a 9 back-to-back. Alt could have sent the Imperial Cross, but didn't choose to do it. Sends the LPs instead. Alkaline at a 19-20 back-to-back, but has some cheese to deal with. Corpy having a very clean board. Alkaline sends 29 back-to-back. Players building up the back-to-back. Alkaline at 8 sends it, and that is too much for Corpy, who had to deal with a blocked well. It is now 7-3. Corpy having the 6 back-to-back now. Alkaline at 5. Corpy at 8. Both players are building up their back-to-back as Alkaline has some cheese to deal with, sending it nicely with the spike, sending it for 21. Corpy sends their spike, and that was too much for Alkaline. It is now 7-4, and I can't fix my mic because I don't know what the issue is. Alkaline finding the PC. Has it well open. Alkaline is being very dominant right now, sending it, making it 8-4. Only 3 more points to win the game. Alkaline is now PC looping at 3.2 pieces per second. Corpy is still dealing with the garbage donation very nicely, sending a Tetris. He's at the top of the board, trying to find out what to do next. Alkaline out the bottom of the board. Corpy has 2 wells to take care of. Had to tank some garbage to create another good well to get a 3rd Tetris in, as Corpy now having a 14 spike. Sorry, having a 14 back-to-back. Now making it 21. Alkaline in a bit of trouble here as Corpy sends it for the 13. Alkaline at the top of the board can't handle it. Corpy taking the 5th point. Alkaline finding the PC for the SDPC, and that is enough to kill Corpy. It is now 9-5. Corpy has a perfect well on the side of the board. And they use it. Is now 4 back-to-back for Corpy. Alkaline has a good double Tetris setup into another Tetris for a TSD, giving Corpy a lot of garbage to deal with. Both players at the middle of their boards as we approach mid-game. Corpy now at 7 back-to-back. 8, 9. Alkaline figuring out what to do next. Does a Z spin into a TSD? Now an S spin into a TSD. Ooh, Corpy with some good all-spin action going, sending Alkaline to the top of the board. Corpy now at 15 has to break the surge because Alkaline sending a massive 26 spike. Corpy now at 14, breaks the surge. Alkaline having a good spin setup. Alkaline setting up the TSD into a nice 21 donation, but Corpy says no, I don't want it, and instead gives it a 12 spike. Alkaline in a bit of trouble here. Has the well. Has to get to the other well now. Finds it, and is now at the bottom of the board as Corpy builds up the 15 spike again. Sends it though, is now Alkaline at the top of the board, but has a perfect well. Corpy in a bit of trouble here. And can't get out of it. The well was blocked by one piece, and it was too much. Alkaline now on match point. Alkaline was having some trouble at the top of the board, and Corpy used that as an advantage to send some garbage over and to take the point. Alkaline figuring out what to do now, as Corpy is building up the back-to-back. Alkaline using that waiting game, building up a fractal. Sends the first of it, but doesn't have the right piece in time to send the rest of the SDSD. Sorry, the fractal. Corpy building the 10 surge. And Alkaline couldn't get to the eyepiece in time. Corpy is slowly crawling back and is saying, no, this isn't done yet. Corpy, bottom of their board with a 9 back-to-back, approaching mid-game. Alkaline with 8-9 sends it for the 22 spike. Corpy in trouble, and that is the tournament. Alkaline winning 11-7. Congratulations. Congratulations to both players for putting up a great fight and a great tournament. That was a great tournament. And for for later tonight, it will be the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate bracket. There is still time to register for that one. It will be a lot of fun. And I might play a couple games in it as well if there's not enough people. Because, to be fair, I haven't played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in a while. Sorry. Yeah, in a while. So that is starting in about about 5 hours from now. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you all for coming. And yeah, we'll see you later tonight.